I'm Dana Johnson. I'm the author of this book called Will This Be on the Test? What Your Professors Really Want You to Know About Succeeding in College. I've taught college freshmen for a long time, and I've seen how they don't understand how to make the most of their college investment. So if you're headed to college, take a look at my advice for you in this video. This video will focus on how relationships between you, your professor, and your fellow students are a key part of your college experience. In high school, you have a lot of classroom time with your teachers, maybe 150 hours in a course. So your high school teachers have plenty of opportunities to get to know you well. In large college classes, your professors may not even know who you are. First year students can be in courses of more than 100. It will take some effort on your part to let your professors know who you are, but it is well worth it. I took this clip from an article that reports a survey about what happens to students after they graduate. It says meaningful ties with professors or mentors had the highest correlation with well being after graduation. You will need to work on this, as it does not happen by just sitting in the back of a classroom. So, how do you make these meaningful ties with your professors or mentors? Start with office hours. The concept of office hours is new to most beginning college students. Professors schedule these times as open house hours for students. You can just show up to ask questions or discuss any aspect of your class. But many students never attend office hours as they believe it's like going to the emergency room. You only go when you have a big problem. But I advise students to go to the office hours of each of their professors early in the course. You don't need to have a question, just introduce yourself. You can mention something you appreciated from class, or get clarification on an assignment, or anything else you think of. Then, if you do have a more serious question later in the term, you will feel more comfortable showing up for office hours. Some students prefer to use email as their preferred mode of communication, but nothing beats a face to face conversation so a professor can get to know you. Just graduating from college is not enough to guarantee a really successful experience afterward. You need to do something to distinguish yourself. Your education should be preparing you for something such as the working world or graduate school. For those, you will need letters of recommendation from some professors who know you well. Even first year students may need a recommendation for something such as a scholarship application, an internship, entry into a special program at your university, or a study abroad program. Professors need to know more about you than just what your transcript shows. Besides good grades, you need to demonstrate productive habits and good personal qualities, such as a genuine interest in learning, the ability to work well in groups, the ability to accept criticism, skill in speaking and writing and thinking. A professor cannot know all of this from classes. So, what do you do to develop good relationships? As I said before, start with office hours. There's a lot to be gained from those conversations. Once a professor gets to know you well, they can suggest other opportunities for you, such as internships, mentorships, or how to get involved in research on campus. So give your professors a chance to know you. You will be the better for it, both in college and beyond. The way of the world is networking. You need to develop this skill with your fellow students as well as your professors. In my first video in this series, I mentioned the benefits of knowing other students in your classes, namely study group support and being able to share notes if you miss class. Students often complain that they don't like group projects, but they are a great way to get to know other students. If you try to meet students who are a year or more ahead of you, you can get tips on which professors' courses they have appreciated the most. There are hundreds of potential new friends on your campus, so put down your phone and talk to them in person. Don't feel that you need to know everything about how to function in college. There will be times you will feel academically insecure. It's unlikely someone will tap you on the shoulder and say, "Looks like you could use some help," and they can't call your parents. So you need to speak up for yourself. If you don't know where to start, you might talk with other students who you think would understand your situation. Talking sometimes helps bring clarity for a plan forward. It's also a good move to talk to your professor. Professors are pretty good at suggesting advice. There are many other sources of support on your campus, such as tutoring centers, a writing center, a counseling center, and academic advisors. Don't wait too long before taking advantage of them. Everyone has stumbles sometime in college, but don't let them derail you. For many more tips about college success, you can see my book and you can join me on Facebook and Twitter. If you didn't see my part one and part two videos, it's not too late to go back and pick them up. Thanks for watching and best wishes for a very rewarding experience in college.